Jim Carlton, and I work for Changeworks. We provide the waste education service for Edinburgh Council. So it's very similar to what you're doing in West Lothian, in that we can provide a free service to all nurseries, primaries, secondaries. We have roughly about 25 sessions that we do currently across those sessions. We do a mix of things, so we do assemblies, workshops, and we also run different events, similar sort of menu to the one that you were putting up as well. And we really focus on making all of the things that we do very interactive, try and make them as exciting as possible as we can for the children, and really sort of pupil focused. So it's a very well used service. My feet haven't pretty much touched the ground since I started working in December, and we're out pretty much every day going to different schools. It seems to be very popular, and the teachers make a lot of use of us. I suppose our biggest challenge moving forward is the secondary schools. I don't know what it's like in West Lothian, but I think the secondary schools pose particular challenges, and I was very excited about coming today to hear what everybody else had to say, and I think that this is definitely a discussion that those of us who are working in the area need to think about and look forward to, look towards. In the past, I have done other work where we've engaged with secondary schools, and it's actually been very successful in areas where it's quite a challenging arena, because we might need to sit down for this groundbreaking bit of information, but it does seem that not all secondary school children are as excited about waste as we are, and so I think when it comes to engaging young people in areas where they wouldn't necessarily be really excited, in the past I've had quite a lot of success with engaging them in the area of oral history, which even would bore me when I thought about it late at night. So, and the way that we sort of went about that, and the way that I'm hoping to go about things now, moving forward, is to really actively engage with the young people concerned, and also the teaching staff that we're going to be working with, through a collaborative process where we really think about what they need and want. I was very interested to hear about my colleague talking about the behavioural change model, because I think that is an excellent vehicle to be able to really engage and look at what they really are interested in, what they really want, and what teachers want, because it's kind of a Venn diagram. You've got teachers who, at the end of the day, are very under pressure. One of the main reasons that secondary schools are such a sort of an issue is because the teachers have very specific demands upon them, and the way that the whole school is structured can be quite difficult for them to then engage with outside professionals coming in. And so if you really understand what those challenges are, and you address them before you even set out with your programme, so that you've already covered those challenges before you even give them the thing that you're going to present to them, you really cut down on them not being involved with you. And this is what I have discovered in the past, and I really hope that moving forward with Changeworks can use that experience. And so alongside that, you've got what the young people want. And we've started this process by actually, some of our sessions, engaging with young people to really talk about with them what they are wanting. And they, despite themselves, because they like to have this aura of apathy, despite themselves, they are really forthcoming when you actually say, you know, we can change what comes and what happens. You know, we've got these programs, we can bring something into you that will really excite you and interest you, but you have to be part of that. They really do then want to engage in that, because, you know, they don't want to be bored any more than anybody else does. So we've started on that process, and you know, when you start looking at what they are interested in, at the moment, traditionally, waste education has been very sort of almost in a box, you know, things like, you know, you're focusing on 3 R's or on litter or things like that. But if you come in with a different kind of hook, if you like, a different slant on it, so you're coming in and you're saying to them, today we will be creating a film, this film will be maybe uploaded to YouTube, and you'll be learning all these different skills, and, you know, you might have some puppets or things that they can, you know, other resources that they can use, and they're sort of able to access all of that. Then, before you've even mentioned the waste, they're much more engaged, much more interested and excited, and by using a process where you really engage and you find out what they want, and you then create your program from that. You're still covering the same information, you're still getting the same message, but you do it in a completely different way. You take them with you, and if you also address the concerns of the secondary school teachers, so that you actually cut down on their workload, then they really will engage with it. This is what I have discovered, and this is what I'm hoping, you know, moving forward, that we can produce this kind of end result. I think it's a really exciting time in this kind of field, and I'm hoping that by being here today that we can all talk about these kind of moves forward in the area of sustainability sort of together. I'm very interested by the fact that Eco Schools is looking at, you know, looking at developing the different areas, because I think, again, the things that we're talking about are very relevant to what you're trying to do, and what you're saying about the ISM model. I think, again, all of these things, we are all starting to kind of go in the same way. So I think it's really important to have conversations like this, where we are starting to share the practice, and I hope that, you know, we can start talking much more collaboratively, working much more collaboratively, because that is really, really key as well, and really important. So that's just a basic sort of where we are, what we do, and where we're looking forward to going. I don't know if anybody's got any questions. Okay, great.
Share your materials in terms of work plans and that sort of thing.
When we get to the point, because at the moment we're kind of developing things, so obviously once we get to that point, it's really important that you have a transparent process, and you also share good practice. So, and I also am very keen on you know, more online sort of resources, interaction, again, because that's what young people are wanting. So, and teachers, to be honest. So again, yeah, when we get to that point, definitely. And at the moment we're sort of in the process of trying to move. We've just had a new website launch, which is really exciting, and so hopefully all of this will sort of be coming in the process.